Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here from the Midnight Garage. So today I just picked up this sway bar for a Honda CRX. So today I'm going to show you guys how to install one, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about sway bars because I really like them. I sometimes have some guys that contact me and they say that they don't really have that much money and they could either afford a set of strut bars or a set of sway bars. And which one should they get? Well, my answer always is sway bars before strut bars. A strut bar connects to both sides of the strut towers and therefore makes your car a little bit more rigid and therefore makes it handle a little bit better, which is definitely a good thing. You should definitely get a strut bar if you get the money. But a sway bar, however, does so much more. The best way to show you guys is with a Scandinavian flick. You see, once you start turning, you will notice that all the car's weight will be transferred to one side. But then once you start turning in the opposite direction, you will start to notice that all the weight transfers from here all the way to this side. And that sudden shift in weight can throw your car off balance. How do the anti-roll bars work? Well, simply put, this part is installed on one side of the suspension, this part is installed on the other side of the suspension, and once you go through a corner you will notice that a lot of force is applied to one side of the car, and the sway bar basically uses its torsion to redistribute all that force back to the other side of the car, making your car a little bit more stable and therefore making it go through corners a bit faster than it did before. By the way, I know it wasn't really the best idea to use the Supra for this little sequence since its suspension is pretty much too good and it already has anti-roll bars. We originally had planned to do this with a different car, but we ran into some problems and we ended up not being able to film it. What happened you will see at the end of the video. Before we start and before you buy a set of sway bars, you need to check if your lower control arms are up for the job. That means that they have some sway bar mounting points like these ones do. You can see the little hole right there. So I'm good. If you don't, you can either buy some original lower control arms that do have sway bar mounting points or buy some aftermarket ones. In the case of Honda, for example, Skunk 2 or Function 7. So first up, I will connect the end link to the lower control arm like this. And then I will bolt it shut. And then you can bolt the brackets to the chassis. By the way, the EF has the sway bar mounts mounted directly to the chassis, but some later model Hondas, if we're talking about Hondas, have them directly installed on the subframe. And there are some companies that have some really nice subframe braces, like ASR for example. Like on the street car you don't really notice the difference, but on a track car they make all the difference and they will brace your subframe and prevent them from tearing, which is a really great upgrade. So if you have like an EG or an EK Honda, it's a really great thing to buy, especially in combination with the sway bar. If you're just going to buy the subframe brace itself, it doesn't really do that much. Now you can't really see it because the ugly exhaust is still in the way, but the sway bar is installed and the only thing we still need to do is to drop it. Done. And that's all there is to it. Now, don't just blindly throw your car through the corners as fast as possible thinking it will just be better, because your car will handle different than it did before. Just pay attention to that and you should be fine, and hopefully you will like it. Now, that basically concludes everything I wanted to say about sway bars. I did say that we had some issues and I figured I'm going to show you guys right now. So, right now I'm sitting on the CRX and now I'm sitting on a grassy hill. Nice pond behind me. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting here. Well, let me show you. Oh no, let's back up a little bit. Hey Wouter.
Hey.
Wouldn't it be funny if you bought a Honda and then it would break down somewhere halfway or something?
Yeah, really funny.
But yeah, it's a Honda, it wouldn't break down.
Hondas don't break down. Oh, hij is kankerhard verkleed.
Auwe.
now we are going to buy some supplies to get the car fixed.
Yep.
So Wouter, are you happy with your purchase?
Yay! Couldn't be happier.
En dan rijdt hij weg en dan 10 minuten is weer kapot. Dat gaat je weer.
So we bought some self-vulcanizing tape and then we are going to tape everything back together. Hopefully it will hold. So Wouter, you think we're gonna make it?
I hope so.
Well, we're gonna keep a close eye on the temperature gauge.
So far so good. Put the blower on max.
Yeah, we put the blower on max, put it on the highest temperature. Hopefully it will hold. By the looks of it, it just does. Temperature's going up again. Oh no. Checking up on the hose. I don't expect much.
Two 2,000 years later.
Wow, that did not go as I expected. We stopped like half a dozen times and we arrived here at midnight, which was like, I don't know, I think we took like 8 hours to drive the car back, even though it was like a 1 hour trip, so that was horrible. But yeah, the car's totally messed up. Wouter says he's going to fix it. I just told him, like, you know what, you should just cut your losses, take all the usable parts out of it and just scrap the rest and buy something else. But whatever will happen, we'll see. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.